There, we're live. Welcome to Kiki and Kibit's 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way podcast live, coming to you live on YouTube. My name is Brianna, and I'm here with my co-host Mary. How's it going, girl?
Good girl, live from New York.
Live from New York and Capitola, California. I like to point out I have a much better manicure this week.
I love that color.
Isn't it awesome? Yeah, just saying. Just as a follow-up, because I know a lot of people probably this last week have been really concerned about me, wondering if I got my nails repainted.
Yes. Brianna's manicure dilemma from last week. She hated her nail color.
It was extremely traumatic. And then, no, I guess that was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it was 2 weeks ago,
Just an update, just a little update.
If anyone's interested.
Wow, here we were suddenly. Apparently, Matt Sharp Entertainment does not feel that it's important for them to inform Mary and I that it's the season finale.
I know.
Surprise! It's the season finale. Did anyone know?
Well, actually, 90 Day posted a little clip yesterday, and they're like, season finale tomorrow, and I'm like, oh yeah,
like why one day notice?
Yeah, I know. What's wrong with them?
I would have worn my Mexican wedding dress.
I know, right?
Well, I did get married in Mexico, but I didn't exactly have a Mexican wedding dress. But
we would have had special Mexican wedding attire, just like truffles.
Yeah. And chips and salsa, just because any excuse for chips and salsa.
And tacos, any excuse for tacos.
I'm down with that. I will also sign up for any excuse for tacos for sure. So everybody was getting married, and we didn't know that either.
Everybody except for Ari, of course, because she's never happy no matter what.
Right. Well, and Victor and Ellie.
Yes. Well, at least
he just proposed.
I was going to say, at least she got a proposal.
Yeah. Well, Ari already got her proposal, but if I were Benny, I would totally retract it.
Yeah, so would I.
The way she is acting on this episode just has me like, you are the most selfish woman I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, but
it's amazing.
But we'll get into that. I have lots of thoughts about Ari. She pisses me off beyond all end. I mean, she is never satisfied, Brianna.
I know it.
And she is just so
honestly, no, I'm gonna say something that's really, you're allowed to talk shit about your own race, right?
Be my guest. Go ahead. Okay. Happy Hanukkah, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, happy Hanukkah starting tomorrow. Let me preface this with, I am a Jew from the East Coast, okay? So all things, I feel like I have privilege here. Anyway, she's exactly, when we talk about Japs in my family, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, she's in Africa, and we would joke that like Japs would never go to Africa because they might break a nail. Okay, but she's there. Outside of that, this girl is entitled, annoying. Oh my God, so many things.
Yes, but we'll get into that when we get to her, because first we have Jenny and Sumit.
Yeah, this was a surprising episode. Like, I know where we left it last week was Sumit's got cold feet and doesn't want to get married, and Jenny's packing up to leave. So they kind of sprung this on us fast.
Yeah, I mean,
didn't see it coming.
I mean, first of all, Sumit was working out.
I know, that was already disturbing. I was like, what is happening? We're in backward lands. I know, right? Guess burning off that COVID weight, because you know what? These timelines, I swear to you, these are not filmed, or they're not edited and shown to us chronologically. It is impossible.
No, it is impossible. It is impossible.
If you just look at things like, like Summit's COVID weight, or Kenny's COVID weight, or Ariella's weight at all. Like, you can see everybody's weight fluctuate.
Yes.
Yeah, so there we go. So he just suddenly sees the light that, like, oh, well, if I want her to stay, I better marry her.
Marry her, or she's going to go back to America, and that's going to screw up this whole relationship. So I better shit or get off the pot. And he decided he was going to finally shit, Brianna.
I know I don't exactly know how do you think she'll feel when she sees that? I mean, but it is also the reality, right? Like it's not even if it's not like she's just being a brat about it. Like she literally can't stay there.
I mean, and she's waited almost 10 fucking years for this. I mean,
Yeah,
come
but that's
on.
nobody else's problem but hers. Like
I
she didn't
know
have to do that.
but I mean,
Well, this is
it.
terrible. I don't feel like I could love anyone enough to go through all that with them.
Oh no, hell's
I
no.
love my husband a lot, but like that would be a deal breaker. Everything that happened, like I think that would be a big time deal breaker for me. I would have been out a long time ago.
You would have seen the smoke coming out of my ass. I would have been flying out of there a long
Yeah,
time ago.
right? Screw you.
I
Whatever,
mean,
like
come
ages ago.
on.
When I found out he was married and didn't tell me,
When
okay,
I found
that
out he
it was
wasn't,
over.
when I
Michael
found out
Jones.
he wasn't Michael Jones, it would have been over. Okay, Brianna, please.
Right?
First 4 years he was a catfish. Let's remember this. 4 years he was Michael Jones.
Is that when she gives the total of the time they were together? It was 7 years or something like that, right? Or 10 years?
Yes, it's
And
10 years, and the
10
first
years. The
four
first four of those
he
were
was
him as a
Michael
catfish.
Jones. Yes, he was Michael Jones.
Yeah, think twice.
I mean,
Like
come
think
on.
3 times. Think a whole lot. I think like think many, many,
Yes.
many times.
And drink a whole lot before you do this. Right?
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy.
the fuck?
So then so they call the lawyer and the lawyer's like,
The lawyer's looking
You
at
want me
them
to
like, are
what
you sure
now?
now? Are you
Right,
sure?
exactly. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
pressing the button right now. Cement, okay? This is your final chance. Right
Truly,
now.
yes.
Right
And
now.
here goes my finger, and yeah, exactly.
Click. It's done.
Right. So they make it happen, and then so anyway, poor Jenny has no one there to get ready with her, and they have this
I
the henna
know.
party with just her buddy from the Hare Krishna temple.
Yes, I like the
Yeah.
Polly. I like the Polly. And she's like, she would love to be
She's
there for
beautiful.
her.
Was that the same one though that was being so like incredibly
Yes,
I don't know,
yes.
opinionated last week? Why does she look so different? Maybe out of context.
And maybe, yeah, but she was the one that was very opinionated last week.
Yeah, right.
And
It
I
sounded like
loved
she was
it.
trying to talk her out of it.
I loved it. I
Well,
loved it
you
though.
need that girlfriend who's going to tell you the truth, right? Like no matter what. I
Yes.
really hope that someone's saying hi to you. Someone named Carol Hageman.
Oh, hi, Carol.
Also, hi, Carol. I don't know how you said hi.
That's my friend from Fordham.
Oh, smart. You're one of your smart friends.
Yes. Yes, that's one of my smart friends. Thank you for
Hi, Carol.
tuning
I'm
in,
her dumb
Carol. I
friend.
love you.
Anyway, so Jenny gets dressed in this amazing Indian garb, and she did look incredible. She really did.
Yes, it was gorgeous.
I like those red
Me
dresses,
too.
although Alina's dress to me was just even better. But
yes,
yeah.
I love the henna too, Brianna.
I love the henna stuff. I want to do that just because.
Yes.
We gotta go do that sometime.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
cool.
That would be cool.
I cracked up when they called the astrologer, and the astrologer's like, "It's so weird. The stars are forcing you to do it the wrong way."
I know.
Is that his out for if things go wrong, or is it like because he's like, then call me after for some other remedies? So maybe that's just how he gets paid.
I think that's his out. Like, listen, it's the stars forcing you to do this. Blame everything on the stars.
What the actual fuck? Exactly.
Oh,
anyway, so I was convinced, like, okay, Smet really does love her because when he saw her, he almost fell down. He was like, "You're the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life."
His heart
and I thought, man, there's
for a minute.
some right. His heart stopped, and that just proves that like there's someone for everyone in this life.
We always say
don't
that,
believe me?
right, Brianna?
Yeah.
We always say
you don't
that.
believe
There's
me? Watch
someone
my
for everyone.
600-pound life, and you'll see. But like, I Jenny's a lot of good things, but I would not say physical beauty is at the top of her attributes, you know.
No, I mean, not to be mean, but Jenny
No,
is
but
not
she,
physically
but the point
beautiful.
is that he loves her so much that like he legitimately sees her as the most beautiful woman in the world. And to
Yes,
me, that says everything. It
yes, it
should be like
does.
that.
Yes, it does.
I get it. I feel that way
And
about
she
my
was
husband.
taken away by him when he was all dressed up in his, traditional
Right,
attire. She was like, oh my
right.
goodness, you know? So
It was
that's
a cool outfit. I just was like that hat. Whoa, the hat and and the sequin gold shoes that kind of roll up at the front. I was a little bit. I'm not sure I was super down with that, but the rest of it was cool looking.
yeah, it was cool.
But
I
they look
liked it.
so happy, and then they go to have to the. I guess they have to go feed all the priests. When they said they were gonna feed the Brahmins, I didn't know who that was or what
Your
that
comment
meant.
cracked me up. I saw
I was like, I
that.
thought they were gonna feed the cows because he was talking earlier in the episode about buying a cow. And you never
Yes.
think about like feeding humans unless it's like a baby. So they said feeding the Brahmins. I was like, I wonder if they call the cows that. And that's the good luck for the cows, feed the cows. But
No, but they were
I got educated. See what this show
actually
will teach you? Educational.
feeding the priest on these
Yeah,
big leaves. And they were feeding them like
right.
rice and roti and some other stuff. And Jenny accidentally knocked a little bit of rice off of one of the Brahmin's leaves. And
Yeah.
Sumit told her that if she would have done that back in the ancient days, that the Brahmin would have put a curse on her and turned her into some sort of
Turned her
animal.
into an animal. Yeah. I'm glad everybody has moved forward a little bit from
Yes,
then.
me too. I'm glad we're not in the ancient days because I think I would have been
Right.
turned into an animal a long time ago.
Same here, girl. So then they walk around the fire and take the 7 steps, and it's really interesting to see. That's the thing I love about this show is seeing these cultural things that are so different. Like,
Yes,
that's really different from an American wedding.
yes, yes. And they didn't even kiss, the whole you may kiss your bride thing. I was waiting for the no.
I think the Hindus are a lot like the Muslims about physical public displays of affection and other traditional religious sects like the Hasidic Jews are like that too. They
Right.
don't PDA not a thing. So whatever, it was a beautiful
It was a
moment for
beautiful
them. I could
ceremony,
tell.
though. It was a
Yeah,
beautiful ceremony. They had a
it was
beautiful
cute.
moment. And what's more important, they're married, Brianna. They are
Right.
finally married. But of course, his parents do not know. And they do not plan on telling his parents until after they are married, i.e., at the
Read
tell
on
all,
the tell all.
on the tell all,
I wonder if Sharp Entertainment had to pay more money for that. Like, listen, don't tell them. We'll
right?
pay you 3 times as much as if you just wait until they tell all the tell them.
Yes, yes.
They're gonna be pissed.
Oh,
Sadna's
they're going to
gonna
be
just
pissed.
spit
Yes.
fire.
Yes, she
She's the
is.
scariest woman I've ever seen in my life. I would run from that
She is
woman.
scarier than Asuelo's mother. And Asuelo's
Right?
mother and
She's scary.
sister are scary. And
Yeah.
Sadna is scarier than the both of them.
The thing about Sadna is that that woman can aim a shoe at you better than anyone. Like a
Yes.
professional ball player, she will nail you in the side of the head with a shoe.
Yes.
I just feel like that would be her style. Okay, so let's move on to wedding day number 2. Stephen and
Yes.
Lula.
On the
What's
wedding
your
day themed episode of
wait a
Monday.
minute, just hold the phone because we have more feedback. Your child wants you to put on your ring light. Did you see that?
No, I did not see that my child wants me to put on my
I'm
ring
just
lights.
in I believe it's you because there's only 2 people in the world that call us both mom, and the
Okay.
one that calls me mom would never watch my freaking podcast. So see, there you go. Eliminating your natural beauty.
There
James
we
is
go.
our IT guy. So
Yes, he
IT guy,
is.
thanks. Thanks, IT
Okay, it's
guy.
that better, IT guy.
I think
Okay.
so.
I just got a thumbs up. There we go.
I'm glad we got some production assistance.
Carol, what do you
This is
think? Do I look better with the ring light on or off?
this is a very low budget production, clearly. We don't have anyone to help us even,
Since
at
the only
all.
2 people watching me are my son and my friend.
Sometimes my husband pretends to watch us just because he knows well, there's 4 people watching. Maybe he's
Oh,
one of
cool.
them.
Okay, cool.
Wait, let me mute myself and ask if it's. He's like, no, I'm writing.
Oh, okay, good.
These are your people. Okay, so Stephen and Alina, but enough about you. I mean,
Stephen and Alina. And
Stephen
Stephen the
and Alina.
catnapper. Oh my God. I can't take him with the cats. Like, what the fuck?
He's quirky as fuck.
Quirky, weird, okay? He's out there kidnapping feral cats to bring to his wedding.
You were the tamest looking feral cats I've ever
I know,
seen.
but still. He's climbing trees, Brianna, to get fucking cats to bring to his wedding.
Weirder than that are all the names they've given the cats. Like, I had heard of Mr. Cuddles. I'm not sure if I had heard about Cow Cat until this time. I was like, where's Cucumber? And then they have Laser Runner. That was a new one introduced on this episode. Laser Runner.
Never heard of Laser Runner.
Right?
Oh my God. But only specific cats were invited because there were certain cats that they hadn't bonded with. So he didn't feel like that it would be appropriate to invite those
girl,
cats.
You can't just let any riffraff in off the street.
But if you're inviting feral cats, Brianna, I don't think you should discriminate.
I do. I think when it comes to feral cats, you should be as elitist as possible.
So Mr. Cuddles and Cow Cat made the cut, unfortunately, and he kidnapped them.
Right. So then they go there and they're like, yeah, no cats allowed. Thanks anyway.
And the wedding planner's like, what do you mean?
The wedding planner's like, can I talk to the manager? And that's what you need the wedding planner for, right? Like, you send the manager over here because I believe I've already compensated him fairly for the cat attendance. I mean, Sharp Entertainment already compensated him fairly. Come on.
Right, exactly. Oh my God.
Anyway, so these poor people just had like their landlord and their cleaning lady and stuff with them,
and the cats, because cats are people.
They're not.
Cats are people, Brianna. According to Stephen, they're people.
Yeah, but according to Stephen, saying fuck is the same thing as saying scootly poop, so consider the source. Jesus. But anyway, he sees Alina in the wedding dress, and I understand now the origin of the phrase, his face lit up. Like, his face lit up when he saw her. It was really, really cute.
It was very, very cute.
So I'm glad the family got to be there and experience the moment with them. Right. And I just have to say, like, Stephen is like, this dude is a linguist. Like, he learns, like, he's already learned a bunch more Turkish than, I mean, I'm kind of impressed with his.
Yes, me too, because I cannot learn a language if my life depended on it. So I'm impressed with Stephen being able to pick up languages very quickly.
Yeah, he's good.
Anyway, but one thing I want to say about their kiss, I agree with you. It was awkward as fuck.
It was super awkward, right? Like after they'd kissed like 5 times, it got less awkward, but maybe they were, I don't know, drinking a little. No, they don't. They're Mormons.
No, they're Mormons. They don't drink, remember?
Sorry. I said that so meanly. No disrespect intended to the Mormons, except.
And
party is it if you can't drink?
Rings aren't part of a traditional Turkish ceremony.
So we learned something. Yeah.
We learned something else.
Yeah.
More education.
So much. Yep.
More education.
Okay, so let's move along to Ingabao, Ecuador, Corey and Evelyn, and I don't know. These people, I think these two are so clearly doing this for the money. They're just phoning that shit in. What do
Okay.
you think? Like,
Can I just give you my general impressions?
of
Raul
course.
was totally ready for his close-up. Okay, he was milking the shit out of that scene for TLC money, showed up ready for his close-up. Corey, what the fuck was up with his tie? His tie looked way too short. Like he looked like he was wearing like a little boy's tie. I don't
It's
know
a
if it was
hideous
just
color.
me. Okay,
Like, why the Kelly green tie?
he didn't match. He was wearing like a Kelly green tie with this cream suit and a brown belt and brown shoes. Okay, that was the other thing I noticed. Every time
Well, what kind of color shoes are you gonna wear with a cream suit?
But then what was up with the Kelly green tie and the Kelly green
I have no
handkerchief?
excuses for that one. That was bullshit.
Okay, so like that whole thing just didn't go. Then every time he talked about Puppy being his best man or Puppy coming to the wedding or Puppy being the only one there for him, I kept picturing Amber's BFF Puppy from Life After Lockup, and I would just crack up because haven't they had this dog forever? Like, is it just me? But I think they've had this dog forever. And
oh, you mean clearly not a puppy?
Right.
Look, I'm all blurry. Was that me or my camera? Oh my god. I'm gonna quickly turn off my camera. You can't see it?
I mean, yeah, I guess there you go. Okay, come back. Much better.
Hello.
Much better.
Am I better? See? Sometimes my camera freaks out. Usually when I decide to furtively go and see if I can grab my rum bottle and do a shot. And it's trying to stop me. Okay, here. Entertain the people so I can do that. Okay.
I will entertain the
Go
people
ahead,
so you can do that.
Speak.
So every time he said something about Puppy or Puppy being his only guest, all I could picture was Puppy from Life After Lockup. And this damn dog has no name after like 3 fucking seasons or something. Clearly not a puppy. Name your dog, people. Come on, Corey and Evelyn.
Are you You're upset because the dog's name is Puppy?
I just think that they're lazy. I think that they're lazy. I just want
to make sure I understand.
I think they're lazy and they couldn't just give their dog a name. And it's clearly not a puppy. And every time he said Puppy, I was waiting for Puppy from Life After Lockup to pop up.
Well, I kept feeling that too, for sure. But then again, have we ever asked ourselves why does Puppy have the nickname Puppy on Life After Lockup? Because that's messed up.
Yes,
that dog is really beautiful dog, though.
Yes, that dog.
Although I feel sorry for that dog living in Ecuador because, like, it's hot there, and that dog has a lot of fur.
I know.
Anyway, everyone's worried about Evelyn having a panic attack. And this is the first we hear about her having panic attacks. We just thought she was a bitch, but apparently no.
No, she talked about having panic attacks with her car accident. Remember, she had a really bad car accident. No, you don't remember because you don't listen to her, blah, 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 blah. Because half of the time, all we hear is blah, 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 blah.
She's so mean. I do tune her out. I really think she's a mean bitch.
This season, she talked about having a really bad car accident. And ever since she had her car accident, she's had panic attacks and anxiety attacks. So I guess that's supposed to soften her image and her bitchiness a little bit.
Not working.
No, it's not at all.
She's a stone cold hard bitch.
Yeah, she
she is. And Corey's going to be just apologizing for the rest of his life.
Yes. So Corey's trying to convince her that if she has a panic attack, running away is not the answer.
Right.
There are other ways to deal with this. And she's like, well, I can't schedule whether or not I have a panic attack. Like, well, let's not use one as an excuse either, Evelyn. Like, And then her
I don't know
sisters,
what to
like she's
say.
sitting at the table with her sisters and her mother, and one of her sisters, I forget which one at this point, it's like, let's make a toast for her not to marry Corey. Did you guys forget that she's already fucking married?
Yeah, right. Least supportive family
All
ever.
right,
But
least
they
supportive.
know they have a reason, is my feeling about that. Your family knows you the best. I kind of feel like if everyone in your family is telling you not to marry someone, they're probably right. I hate to admit it, but I don't know. My parents are
They're definitely right. If your
they're
friends and
right.
family are telling you not to marry someone, not to be with someone, they're right.
Yeah, if everyone is telling you you're dead, it's time to lie down.
Yes, time to
I
lie
always
down.
say. Right,
Yes.
exactly. Anyway, but then again, this wedding turned out to be beautiful. I
Yes.
just doubt both of their sincerity, mostly Evelyn's, but I doubt Corey's sincerity too. And
Yes.
I think it's sad that he's going to spend his life being Mr. Apology. And then again, I don't think he deserves more than that because he keeps putting himself back there in that situation. I have zero faith in this relationship. Zero.
That much. Have that much faith.
What do you think?
Listen, Corey deserves whatever he gets. Evelyn is a mean, cold hearted bitch. And I just wanted to say where she says you can be whatever you want to be without a husband. I think she should put it on mugs and t-shirts or something because it
Mm-hmm.
sounds like she's trying to convince herself.
Oh, interesting. No, I mean, to be honest, that was actually the one thing I felt. I don't know. I believe she does feel that way, to be real. Like I think I don't know. That to me is like the least suspect thing she said. It's all the other stuff coming out
No,
of her
because
mouth
then
that
that
doesn't
she
sound
makes
right.
it sound like Corey is forcing her to do everything. I wouldn't marry Corey. He's forcing me. Like that's my pet peeve with her. Is that
No, I agree with you on
she
that
makes it
completely.
sound like Corey is like holding a gun to her head and forcing her to do everything. If she's such a strong, independent woman, how is Corey forcing you to do anything?
That's a really
Nobody,
good point.
nobody could
Right.
force you to get engaged. Nobody could force you to love them. Nobody could force you to marry them. If you're such a strong, independent woman who doesn't need a husband, how is Corey? Why are you spinning this narrative? Corey
Yeah.
forces me.
Yeah, you're
You
not a
forced
victim, right?
me. That's all you hear out of her mouth. You forced me.
Right. Yeah, I hear you. Anyway, so
Anyway,
then they look all happy getting married again. I mean, they
again,
were already married, but
what is
at
this, like the
least
third time?
publicly. And they have this awesome fucking party, man. They know how to party and get down and about. That was serious, wasn't it?
Yes, yes,
That
they
was
know how to
wild.
party and think about.
For real. There was like 5,000 people there and dancing, DJs, fireworks, the whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty impressive. And then
And
Raul
then
gives a toast.
I was like, ding, 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 ding. I have a
I know.
toast.
This thing on.
He's like, hello? Somebody pass me the mic. I have a speech to make. I need to
Right.
earn my TLC paycheck. Somebody pass me the mic.
Do you think he wrote that speech? Because it was good. That was a really good speech.
I think he
Could that have
wrote
been?
that speech with the help of TLC, Matt
It
Sharp
was
Entertainment.
good.
Yes, it
I
was
mean, he
good.
calls her the Queen of Ingabao, and
What was
he
it?
said
Wait,
every woman in.
the second best thing in a mingle bowl since breaded shrimp.
Well, there you go. Breaded shrimp, Evelyn.
Evelyn, there we go. I don't know. I don't know.
That's how much you're worth, girlfriend.
Yep.
Breaded shrimp.
Breaded shrimp, girl.
Yeah.
Second best thing
Anyway,
since
I don't
breaded
know what
shrimp.
else there is to say about this except is Corey a Mormon? Because she's like, "Are you gonna dance
Yeah,
dirty with me?" And he's
Corey's a
and not
Mormon.
a Mormon dance. You
Yeah.
know, there's a really high percentage of Mormons on this show. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I've noticed that.
Or maybe just this season. Or
No,
maybe
I
that Steven is just so Mormon and so out there. Is Matt Sharp a Mormon? I almost said moron. Sorry, that was the wrong. But is Matt Sharp a Mormon?
I don't know. I think
if
I
you
need to
think about it,
research this.
the percentage of Mormons in the population versus like the general population is a
Right?
really small number.
Yes.
And now we've got like Kalani and Asuelu, we've got Steven, we've got this guy Corey.
This dude.
We got
Like
Corey.
this dude.
This motherfucker. Yeah. Like that's a high percentage of Mormons for one cast.
I know.
But maybe can someone quickly Google that? Is Matt
Yes.
Sharp more? Not that it matters. I'm just curious. Anyway, cool. Let's talk about Kenny and Armando, which really, does anybody care about anything else as
No,
much
because
as
this
Damn.
was the highlight.
It is so beautiful. I mean,
Oh.
really, this was incredible.
I mean,
the whole thing, start to finish.
From Truffle's wedding attire to everybody crying during the vows. I mean, even Hannah was wiping away tears. I mean,
Right?
If to Kenny's to Armando's father actually smiling after the kiss.
I mean, if that's the smallest thing that happened from this, I'm so happy. If one man, like one traditional Mexican man who hasn't been exposed to especially gay male love, like
yes,
this dude has come a long way. If that's the best thing that's come out of this, I'm happy with it. Hopefully there's a lot of people out there that this opened their mind. This just made my heart overflow.
Forget it.
Happy.
Forget it. Crying. I was crying watching them.
I cried too. It was annoying. I was like,
their vows.
Put my makeup on again.
I mean, their vows. Do you accept him as your husband and favorite person? Are you fucking kidding me? That was so sweet.
All of it. But Armando's dad, like there's nothing better than that, because it's just, if we have some more Armando's dads, then we can stop making this an abnormal thing. Like, yes. I live for the day when it doesn't matter who the genders are of the people getting married. It's just the same, you know?
I know. I mean,
it was beautiful, and I did cry a lot. This is like the most romantic relationship I've ever seen.
I mean, for his father to even say it is normal and we have to treat it that way.
Yeah, it's normal. No longer like my son's a freak. Like, think how far this man has traveled emotionally and on a value system. Like, good for him. That is hard.
Yes.
And I mean, he's not a super old dude. He's not.
No.
He's probably my age. But still, that's like a long way to go in a value system, in a Catholic culture. And yes, actually, if you think about it, speaking of Catholicism, this guy is definitely representative in a lot of ways of where the Catholic Church is these days. Now, I'm not saying the Catholic Church is no longer conservative, but like Pope Francis, like this dude has brought people a long way, and he's proof of it.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Good for you, Catholics. Like, yes, keep true to who you are and move with the times. And love is love, like the name of the episode. And I am behind you 100%.
100%.
I'm behind all religions that are not like racist or that don't discriminate or, marginalize certain groups of people. Believe what you believe. As long as you're good to other people, I am cool with you.
We are cool with you. As long as you're cool, we're cool.
That's right. And as long as you don't bully me in Pinewood Private School of Los Altos.
Right, exactly. Yes.
I think I'm like the only chick in the world who's ever been bullied by Mormons.
You
Like,
know
have you
why,
ever heard people
Brianna?
say that? Roving gangs of Mormons in the
Because
street
they were
bullying you.
jealous of you, Brianna. They couldn't take your shine. That's why they bullied you.
No one has ever been jealous of me, but thanks for the thoughts. Put that on the list of shit that's never happened. Yeah.
Stop it.
Anyway, their wedding, Kenny and Armando's wedding seemed amazing also. It was beautiful, start to finish. There
Yes.
wasn't a dry eye in the house. It was intense.
And
then the
I wanted to
fireworks.
be at that reception. They were all there with their glow sticks and smoke, dancing, waving their rainbow
Their little
flags.
pride
I was
flags.
loving
Yeah.
it. Oh my God. Hannah and her little fake fur with a glow stick in one hand and a pride flag in the other hand, dancing in the smoke. That was it. That just made my heart full.
I know. I feel like the whole thing that comes between Hannah and Father Armando is what's
Mhm.
brilliant. It's like
Yes.
you have kids like Hannah who never questions why it should be like man and woman getting married. She's grown up with a gay dad. Like this is
Mhm.
what she understands. Then you have old school Armando's dad, and you watch like this whole family come
Right.
together on this one thing. Like,
Mhm.
damn, if this is the one thing that 90 Day Fiance gives the world, it's good enough.
Yes. And the
It's
result
really,
is a little girl in a fake fur on the dance floor with a rainbow flag in one hand and a glow stick in the other.
that's how we do it, girl.
That's how we do it, girl.
That's
how we do.
it.
I mean, you gotta love it. I mean, just watching that just made my heart full. I love that. I was like crying all over again. I love that.
I cried a lot during
Yeah.
this episode. Let me be real with you. Not during Evelyn and Corey's
No,
wedding.
not
That
during
was
Evelyn and
just
Corey. Nope.
that was just offensive. This was beautiful, Kenny and Armando. Then we have Vinny and Ari the Jap.
Speaking of offensive,
Not okay
everything
with this.
about Ari is offensive.
She's
And
so entitled. I
I
can't
just
stand
wanted to
her.
bring one thing up to you, Brianna. Did you notice the scars on her arm?
No, I did. Is she a cutter?
Yes, she is.
Do we know that? Like, did we know this before?
Yes, we did know this before. It was brought up briefly, like in the beginning of her first season, like in the first couple of episodes. And then she did a live about it on Instagram. I was reading a article last year. She did a brief live because so many people were questioning. They're like, oh my God, are those self-harm scars? Like, what's going on? So she did a brief live that when she was a teenager, that she had lots of issues. And, she thought that was the way to go. And, she realized that that didn't help and she was going to talk about it more, but she never did.
Interesting. I mean, I appreciate that. Like, that has also nothing to do with her behavior now.
Right. But it also kind of makes sense why Janice is such a helicopter mom.
Yeah. I mean,
because she does have her issues.
I've assumed that she has mental health issues the whole time.
Yes.
But like, no, I didn't know that about her being a
yes. And in today's episode, they were very, very evident. You could see them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that affords her a pass though at all.
No,
because
not
I
at
find
all.
her behavior to be extremely, extremely selfish.
Yes.
She's just worried about her comfort level. She is not worried about Benny's success in the interview, Benny's comfort level. She's just worried about how she will feel when confronted by his sisters. I think she's terrible.
Something, she couldn't give a shit when she was parading Leandro all over Ethiopia for those couple of weeks that he was there and what people were saying. But now all of a sudden she's so devastated about what Benny was doing and what people are saying about her and Benny. Well, when Leandro was in Ethiopia and you were parading around town with him, you didn't give a fuck now, did you?
Right.
So
I don't know. I just really feel like she is all about herself,
she
and
is all about
she
herself.
turned herself into like a victim and all
And
this
then
other shit that
if
just does
his
not seem
visa
real.
if his visa was to get turned down, which we know it didn't because he had a fight in New York. So obviously he got some
Well,
type
that
of
could have
visa.
been a visitor
Right. I was
visa,
gonna
but
say
I
he got
mean,
some
probably
type
you're
of
right.
visa. Right. He got
Yeah,
some type
yeah,
of visa.
yeah,
So it would it she would have turned it around to make it his fault, which
yeah.
we all know his chances would have been better if she would have been there with him, especially considering the circumstances that she brought up herself, that Benny was previously married to an American. She herself was previously married to a foreigner. He was previously denied a visitor's visa. So knowing all of these factors, wouldn't you want to go with him and just, make your chances better? But no, she's so selfish and self-absorbed and so worried about herself that she's going
Yeah,
to
I
stay
mean,
back.
you say, wouldn't you want to do this? Wouldn't you want to do that? Well, that assumes that you have the goal of actually getting him the visa.
Exactly.
If that's your goal, then
Right.
yeah. If that's
Right.
not your goal, then no.
No.
And then it'll be like, oh, I couldn't help it. You didn't get your visa.
Right. And it's your
Yeah.
fault that you didn't get your visa. Because if
Right.
you didn't embarrass me when I went home for 2 months, then this would have never happened.
Yeah. I don't know. I also think so. Here's something interesting. So coming up next week on the tell-all, you see Benny's two sisters, right? And
Yes.
they're talking about one of them's talking about other people stirring up shit, basically, and trying to breed distrust between them. And it's like, meanwhile, that is what has happened here is a whole lot of manipulation by these sisters, principally, don't you think?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think Ari might have been. See, I feel like Ari is so controlling, and Ari's kind of crazy in a way that she might have been calling them and sending them messages. What's Benny doing? Benny's not answering his phone. What's going on? And that they know that if they don't tell her what's going on, that she's going to turn on them and say, oh, you're keeping things from me. You're not my family. How dare you? I thought we were family. Why are you keeping things from me? So instead
Yeah.
of dealing with her bullshit, they just tell her what's going on and let her deal with it. Because
I
they
don't
know,
know.
I just have a feeling it's just all due to her behavior and her craziness and wanting to control everything. And the fact that Benny was turning his phone off didn't help matters. But Benny was turning his phone off, not because he was cheating on her, because he didn't want to get yelled at all the time, because every time he answered the phone, it was an argument.
I appreciate his boundaries.
Yes, so do
I
I.
could be more like Benny, to be honest. I'd be like, dude, that was just all the yelling I
And
could take
listen,
for one day.
and listen, if
Sorry.
I had a sister-in-law like Ari, I would start a pot too to piss her the fuck off. Because
Oh
her
my God.
face just annoys me. So I'm wishing Mimi on this one. I would start a pot just to piss her the fuck off.
You're a bad person.
But you love me anyway.
You're not a bad person, and I do love you a lot. You get what you paid for, and
Exactly.
yeah. All right. Well, next week looks interesting. Here
Oh,
we are
yes,
at the
it does.
tell-all.
Yes.
Boom. So I
Well,
guess is it a one week
yes,
tell-all or
it's gonna
two?
be no, it's gonna be 1 week because then
One
December 12th,
tell-all because bam,
because December
we're at
12th
before the 90.
before the
Yeah.
90, with your former lover, Soldier Boy, and his new woman.
Don't talk about him like that. He's still my man.
Oh, he's still your man. I thought you were over him, Brianna.
No,
He
I'll
got
never
this
be
new
over Soja Boy.
he got this new baby girl visa.
Baby girl. Is she my age? Probably.
I think she is around your age.
No, I already imported one African boy. I don't need to do another one. Good to go.
He got his new baby girl visa. So
Yeah. So, do you think Steven and Alina are still together? Because the tell-all made it look like not so much, and also social media posts have made it look like not so much. What do you think?
I don't know. Because every time it makes it look like it's not so much, they are. Like in the world of 90 Day Fiancé social media, I picked up a pattern. When they purposely make it seem like they're not together, they're together.
Yeah. I
So
also feel really sure that like Sharp Entertainment is behind a lot of the social media revelations about things.
yes. Oh, definitely. Definitely.
They've
For
got
sure.
people that are making that shit happen,
Oh,
right?
yes, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cool. I feel like Ellie and Victor are definitely not getting married.
No, but you notice that Victor was sitting next to her.
No, I didn't notice.
Yes, Victor was
More
sitting next
attention
to
to
her.
things.
Victor was sitting next to her. So Victor is in the States.
Good point.
Yes.
That's
Hiromi,
why you're the brains
Victor,
behind this operation,
Hiromi,
girl.
Victor, and Ali were all sitting on stage. Hiromi was sitting
Did
right
not
across from
know
them.
that.
Yes, and
Did not
he's like,
notice.
everybody's cheated at one time or another. Don't you agree?
Yeah, like woo 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 woo. Red flag alarm.
Why don't
No,
you
they
look straight
haven't.
at Corey while you say this, right?
I'm sorry, Evelyn cheated before
No, but
Corey.
the official
We've all
storyline.
even been brainwashed by
Right, no, but the
Evelyn.
official storyline is that Corey cheated on her. So, Victor has to
Yeah.
go with the official storyline to look straight at Corey and go, everybody's cheated, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, well, that's about it. Do you have any other comments to make on this episode or your projections for the next?
I just can't wait for Wish to rip into Ari. Looking forward to that.
I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Those sisters definitely are the source of a lot of that pot stirring that was going on.
Well, stir the pot.
I like Benny.
I
don't
like
know.
Benny too. Because Ari is fucking annoying and she needs somebody to put her in her place.
She's very entitled, and that is the
Okay.
thing that just really turns me the fuck off, to be
And if it
honest.
has to be Wish and Mimi to put her in her fucking place, then I am all for it.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
if you are, then I am.
There we go.
There we go. Let's just leave it right there. So, thanks, Mary, for showing up and doing this with me.
Thank you, Brianna, for having me.
Thank you, viewers and listeners. And
Yes.
let us know what you think in the comments. We want to hear your point of view. We realize there's only two of us here and we have strong biases. So tell us what you think.
Yes, please.
And yes, please. And check out our Survivor podcast and our Love After Lockup podcast. And hey, hope you and your family are well. And we will see you back here next time. Bye.
Bye.